Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a snowy day in central Pennsylvania, and so I can't go out riding. So I am going to build a frame protector, down tube protector for my new Jeffsy. So if you take a look here, we're gonna go right there, cover up that bottom piece and part of the down tube. Hopefully get it protected from any rock strikes that are kicking up. So here's the material that I'm gonna be using. This is Kydex. I'm sure you've probably seen some other videos on YouTube about how to make a down tube protector out of this. So we're going to give it a shot today. I've never actually worked with it before, but I like to think I'm somewhat handy with tools. So we're going to give it a shot. I've got the oven heating up inside to get this stuff nice and warm and pliable. But in the meantime, I am going to, like I said, I already got it cut down in half, but I'm going to actually cut out, hopefully measure this up, make a little template, cut out the hole there for the shifter cable because I'm lazy and I don't feel like taking it off. And that way I'll have a slot in the Kydex for the shifter cable if I ever need to take it off in the future here to clean or whatever. So, all right, so I got the bike upside down. I've just got some 1-inch masking tape, and I'm just gonna kind of press this in here. And all I really want to do right now is just make a template for this hole. The idea is to transfer this over to the Kydex to get my template so I can cut the hole before I get it heated up so that I can slip it right on there after it's heated up and get everything molded. So I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try it and kind of hope for the best. Although in retrospect, I don't think this is actually going to work. Here, I want to try to make a little measurement to get from about here, which is where the Kydex is going to go, out to about where the shifter cable goes up through. Just because I don't feel like trying to reroute all that and I'm lazy. So we're going to make a slit in the Kydex to fit the shifter cable through. And looks like it's about, try to bend the tape, there we go. So about 4.5 inches down the Kydex is where we're going to need to make our cut. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll at least allow me to get in there. And so 4.5 inches for the slot, and then probably this hole is about 1.125 inches deep. Okay. All right, so go make some marks on our Kydex. Alright, so here is my piece of Kydex. It said it's about 4.5 inches from the back where I need to make my cut. So I'm going to pull this tape just over here to the edge. Just make a score mark with my knife. See if pencil can fill her in a little bit. So right here's my score mark. You might not be able to see that on camera. Right there's where I need to cut in. And that's going to be basically the middle of my hole. So I've got my speed square. I'm just going to take this line the whole way across so I know about where the middle of my hole is going to be for the cable. There you go. And now we're going to go get a couple more measurements and get the rest of the hole drawn, and hopefully this is going to work out. So I just went over and measured the hole where the shifter cable comes out through, and it's about 1/2 inch across. And we already got the depth from measuring these lines. So we've got our box basically drawn for the hole. I've just got to round the corners and drill it out. I'm going to try to do it with a punch cut saw because I do not have a Dremel tool here. I've got a scroll saw over here too that I might try to use. We will see. But yeah, I've basically got the hole drawn. I'm going to connect the dots here and we're going to get to cutting. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. So fingers crossed. All right, so I'm just getting this put in the bench vise. I don't know how well this is actually going to work. We're going to find out. Because this stuff's a little bit flimsy. the four corners, kind of. I've got an oscillating saw that we're gonna try gently. Got through it, but it's not the cleanest job in the world. Try a different blade. All right, we're going back to the plunge cut saw. Hopefully we can get a little bit better angle with this blade. All right, there's our hole. Now let's cut in for the cable. All right, there we go. There's the rough outline. I'm gonna go find a file and clean this up a little bit and then do a dry fit. All right, so I found the most overkill file that I could possibly find, but it's the only one I got, so. And it's old and the handle falls off apparently. Sorry about the noise. Now we're getting somewhere. I may be overthinking this a bit, but I want this as smooth as possible so that it's not going to rip up the cable housing. So I'm using a sanding block. Put a little scuffs on the outside, but it's going to be on the bottom of my bike where nobody's going to see it anyway. And it's just going to get scuffed up anyway. So we're just giving it some character up front. That is actually pretty smooth. And heating it up will help it mold a little bit too. Alright, so there's what we got after cutting it. This is actually going to be the outside. So there's a couple little marks on it. I don't particularly care. This was never designed to be perfect. It's designed to be functional. So I'm going to do these corners a little bit, sand these off, and then go over and do a dry fit. Alright, going to dry fit this on. Cable's going to slip right through there. That. I have to take a little bit off of this one side. It looks actually a little bit too wide. That's overall on the whole piece of Kydex. I gotta take some off the chainring side here, I think. Alright, cool. Let's go do that. Alright, so we got the final shape done. I had to take a little bit off each side. It was a little bit too wide for my down tube. So let's just check this real quick. Slide that right in there. That under the cable. Yeah, and that's gonna bend around the bottom bracket a little bit more. So that, I mean, my hole's a little too big for where my cable is, but I'd rather have it be too big than too small. That looks pretty darn good. I got the oven heated up. I'm gonna go in and throw this in the oven and get it all nice and floppy, and then we'll get it molded. All right, just because I'm not sure what this is gonna do, I'm gonna take this and actually put it on a pan covered in aluminum foil. Got the oven set at 250. We're gonna start with 2 minutes and see how that goes. All right, I'm gonna get my work gloves on while that's running so I can lift this out of here. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got. Smells like plastic. Oh yeah, it's nice and floppy. All right, let's take this out quick and try it. I don't think that's gonna be quite hot enough. Yeah, not hot enough. All right, we got the heat gun out. See if this does anything. Can throw it back in the oven if I need to. Let's give this a shot. Now we're getting somewhere. Give some more heat and repeat. trimmed a little more off because it was a little too long. I'm getting close to final shape here, I think. It's a little more difficult actually than I thought it would be to work with. However, it's only $12 or something for like 2 huge sheets, 2 pretty good sized sheets of this stuff. And I'm actually only using half of 1 sheet to make this. So, not sure what my other projects with it are gonna be. I'll find something to do with it. The hole for the cable's a little bit big. That's just kind of me being lazy and not going to get a Dremel tool. We're almost done. It's looking pretty good actually. I'm pretty pleased for my first time working with Kydex. I am pretty pleased. Not professional by any means, but it'll get the job done. Just doing heat and repeat. Alright guys, there she be. Not bad. I'll take it. Hopefully this is going to give me some protection from some rock strikes. I have some other stuff I'm going to be putting on up here a little further that I'll do another video on that. But now I'm going to go get some Velcro on this thing and go get a cup of coffee or something. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. This has been Bike Shaped Objects, and I will see you guys next time.